According to Wikipedia, flow is a mental state in which a person performing an activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized, focused, full involvement and enjoyment in the process of the activity. Doom Eternal pushes the experience of flow above anything else. The game finds new ways to put player empowerment into overdrive. More than most media, games engage the mechanism of feedback, several times a second often. Compared to Doom 2016, in Doom Eternal, there are a lot more enemies attacking you at any given time. Feedback is critical for real-time tactic switching and resource management. Doom Eternal provides the player with several feedback cues in order to make them demon-slaying badasses. Take a listen to a few of the audio cues in Doom Eternal. Destroying enemy weak points. Headshot pops and explosions. Health pickups and armor pickups from the flame belch. Less common but no less important, the sound when a cyber demon, aka Tyrant, is in the vicinity and attacking you. They are all very distinct, short, and instantly recognizable. Most of them are also accompanied by suitably memorable and funny visuals, and this is what makes them so unique. Not only do they provide reinforcement, they also promote skill progression, and this is how the truly skilled players are made in the battle arena. What I've learned has already addressed the concept of feedback in games wonderfully in this video, and it was released before my essay. I was planning this around the same time. I'm a subscriber of What I've Learned, and I think you should definitely check out the other videos on their channel. It's hard to recall another tool from almost any other game that combines combat, survival, and platforming all at the same time and makes it this much fun. In my opinion, the meathook is still quite underrated, even after all this time since the game's release. This is surprising given that the meathook was one of the first new features to be unveiled for Doom Eternal. Demon coming to kill you? Meathook away and dodge. See a platform you want to get to for better positioning? Meathook. Want some armor? Use the upgraded flaming meathook. Oh, and did you know you could also fire your super shotgun while doing all of the above? Doom 2016's bigger demons could feel like bullet sponges, those dreaded enemies that soak up a lot of ammo while simply refusing to die. Doom Eternal fixes this with destructible demons. The more damage they are, the more vulnerable they look. While other games have had similar mechanics before, they have often been limited to bigger enemies and boss fights. By making every enemy type destructible, the Doom Eternal provides a real-time health bar for every demon. Feedback and reward packed into one makes this feature smarter than we might think. Every Doom player knows and enjoys the terror on the faces of demons when they're about to be glory killed. But the player is also taking on the risk of being flanked when going for a glory kill. This is such a wonderful tactical puzzle, the end result is well worth it. Combine this with the variety of kills that can be performed from various angles of approach and combat challenges based on the kills, and you have a rewarding experience to engage with. Without them, the new Doom series would not be the same. When Doom Eternal was first revealed, there were concerns from those used to the 2016 prequel and other gamers that the new game was going for an arcade feel, and this would supposedly make the game a little too cartoony, a little too ridiculous. However, the gameplay is so frenetic that the player hardly has any time to notice the colorful UI and the over-the-top aesthetics. In fact, one of the most loud user interfaces actually steps away into the background. Once you start playing, you actually thank the game for having the resources be so big and bold. They make the difference between life and death. Respawning in place is more than just about reducing frustration. The game is giving you the chance to not repeat your mistakes and play better. In Doom 2016, death meant restarting from the last checkpoint. Doom Eternal adds extra lives which spawn you in the same place you died, as long as there are extra lives to spare. This old idea, borrowed from classic arcade games, reduces player frustration and keeps them in the battle. When players fail at platforming, no lives are taken away. Instead, the players respawn in place having lost a small portion of their health. Unnecessary punishment in games can feel unfair, but Doom Eternal knows what it is, and it is focused on keeping the players engaged at all times and making them better. While Doom Eternal's campaign is focused on killing hordes of demons by yourself, Battle Mode, the multiplayer mode, emphasizes teamwork and cooperation. Playing as demons is where more than half of the multiplayer experience is to be found. Now, asymmetrical multiplayer games can be wonderful to play. Unfortunately, most Doom players buy the game chiefly for the single-player campaign. Doom Eternal's multiplayer is presenting an experience most of the audience simply did not ask for. Let me explain. There's a complex and deep strategic system waiting to be discovered for those who are willing to put the effort in to master the battle mode. But this is a problem. Playing as the Slayer in battle mode is extremely similar to the single-player campaign. The barrier for entry is small. However, learning to play each demon requires time and effort, something most players are not investing currently. As such, this creates unbalanced matches. One skilled player can heavily bias the odds in their team's favor. Let's take a look at the special weapons in Doom Eternal. The first one is BFG, the original overpowered weapon that can vaporize an entire arena. And the second one, the new one, is the Crucible, the one-hit, one-kill energy sword. Introducing the Unmaker into this scenario creates two big headaches. It could not have been a focused one-hit kill weapon. There is already the Crucible for that. Making it a powerful area of effect weapon would have just replicated the function of the Ballista and the BFG. So the game designers had little choice but to split the difference and make the Unmaker a somewhat widespread, somewhat focused tool. A few hits kill weapon, if you like. Doom Eternal's Unmaker does not quite feel like the worthy successor to the Unmaker from Doom 64. The game even makes the Unmaker optional. It is actually easy to forget about it. One alternative would have been to make it a specialized but still optional weapon used to gain an edge in specific boss battles. The Khan Maker and Icon of Sin instantly come to mind. Something with such prominence within the Doom lore should have got a better treatment. Instead, the Unmaker serves to highlight a problem which players and game makers will be instinctively aware of: feature creep. Far too many games have fallen into the more is more trap. Bigger worlds, more characters, and just more of everything. But this often comes at the cost of a lack of development and differentiation. More or bigger isn't better. Doom Eternal may have managed to mostly sidestep this issue. However, it does bring up the question: how will the next game manage to be fresh and unique without overwhelming the player with far too many mechanics? More battle arenas and fights are always welcome in any Doom game, but will they be just as good, if not better? Buff totems add a heaping serving of frustration to the feature creep. They do not really add any meaningful change or variety to the gameplay, but they do manage to make the players angry at the game. From a user experience point of view, if a new feature does not add anything positive to the experience, then it's a good bet that it will add something negative to it, even if it's not obvious. Unfortunately, buff totems add that negative quite visibly. Let's hope they never return. Animations serve as important micro-interactions, giving a sense of smoothness to the proceedings. However, when done excessively, they often distract from the experience, serving to delay the very actions they empower. Doom Eternal has two such examples in the Fortress of Doom. Doors opening is the first culprit. We encounter so many doors that it's inevitable to think if it would not have been better to simply have no doors at all. Perhaps this is a way of masking the loading of areas or resource management. Still, it doesn't make the feeling any better. The second is the usage of Sentinel batteries. Players will collect several of these batteries throughout the campaign. And take a look at this. Unlocking each item takes about 20 seconds just for the animation to complete. This, in my opinion, is unacceptable. On the other hand, acquiring the ballista is quick while still feeling significant. Restraint would have been the far better choice for both doors and batteries, one of the rare missteps in the game experience. While the core gameplay loop is more than satisfying, just think of what it would be to control one of the Atlants, or perhaps that very mech in the Fortress of Doom. What if we could take on one of those titans roaming Earth in a boss fight? This would have capped off an already stellar campaign with a uniquely memorable fight. Some might argue that the game did not need it. Yes, but neither did we need to play as the Revenant, which was actually just an interactive advertisement for multiplayer mode, and that turns out to be quite fun. Sometimes it's worth meeting your heroes. This is where I wanted to conclude this video, but then as I was scripting, news of music composer Mick Gordon and Bethesda parting ways came out. It's a shame, and the players are the biggest losers in this. The soundtrack's contribution to the game series' experience is inarguable, easily becoming one of the most memorable and impactful scores in recent times. I would like to end the video with a short tribute to the game's sound and the feeling it gives you. Thank you for watching. This is my first video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I plan on making more documentary-length content. Check out my social media for updates.